Range fans, Kimber K6S DASA, double action, single action, 3-inch barrel. Let's start. With safety check first, you can see there, folks, cylinders are empty. And while we have the cylinder over, we'll just go ahead and go through it. We're going to do a quick tabletop bench review today on the Kimber K6S double action, single action, 357 Magnum. I had it out on the range with me today. Put about 100 rounds through it. 100 rounds of 38 special through it. And then about 25 rounds of 357 Magnum. As you can see here, just like the Kimber K6S double action only, it has a recessed cylinder, and also, as we are all familiar with, where do we get the best picture here? You can see this cylinder here is specially cut where there's flat spots in it to improve on the thinness of the profile. Of the K6S. Also, to release the cylinder, you have the push button. You still have the push button cylinder release. This Kimber K6S comes with a 3-inch barrel with the same profile as the double action. This one, on the other hand, comes with 3-dot white sight. The 2-dot white sight in the rear and the 1 large white dot up front. Makes for good target action on the range. You see it has the nice wood grips from Kimber on it, branded Kimber down here on the bottom. Just a really nice pistol overall. The big difference, of course, is the hammer itself. The hammer is checkered really fine, and I mean there is no slipping of the thumb. On the hammer at all. Guys, I don't like to fire my pistols without snap caps in them. Probably should have put some snap caps in it, but being extra careful today with that. But I tell you, just real positive engagement there. And the hammer stays out of the way of the sights as well, as you can see there. Lines up pretty good, pretty tight. The one thing that I did notice about the double action, single action over the double action is that the trigger itself is, for some reason, a tad bit wider. I don't know if I can get a good view of that. The trigger itself is a tad bit wider on the double action, single action than the first model that Kimber has come out with, just the double action only. Not sure why they did that. I felt it with my trigger finger and put a set of calibers on it just to make sure. And sure enough, it is a tad bit wider. I also noticed with the trigger pull, just like before, there is no staging of the trigger. No stage. I guess it won't hurt to dry fire, guys. There's no staging of the trigger in and of itself. Really nice positive lockup. The other thing I noticed about the trigger pull, and the Kimber K6 is getting all the rage about the trigger pull. The other thing I noticed is, for some reason on the double action, single action, the trigger pull seems a lot longer on the double action, single action than it is on the double action only. The trigger pull comes in at 10 pounds on my RCBS trigger scale. The double action pull, again, comes in about 10 pounds. The single action pull comes in at about 3.5 pounds, folks. That's right, 3.5 pounds. It is really crisp. not meant to be a target pistol, but it proved to be pretty accurate on the range today. Again, I put 138 special rounds through it today, and about 25 357 Magnum rounds there, so about. I really didn't count the 357 Magnum, and it was pretty controllable, really controllable. The other thing I like, you can see where on the back strap in and of itself, we have the ridges back here to make for a positive high purchase on the pistol in and of itself. That makes it very controllable. And also on this particular Kimber K6 3-inch barrel, the wood grips are much longer. So if you're talking about concealing this weapon, I would say the double action, single action with the short boot grips are much more concealable than the large 3-inch grips that are on here. I have not carried it because I have not put enough rounds through it for my satisfaction for carry. But there you have it. A quick overview of the Kimber K6S. And folks, should it take over duty as my nightstand gun? Who knows? We'll see. We'll put some more rounds through it, see if it can be trustworthy, and see if it can replace that old man, the Smith & Wesson Model 65 from Throne Arms, special edition that I did there. But stay tuned to dayattherange.com as we continue to do more shooting with the Kimber K6S. We're going to get some round count on this thing. I'm going to track it. I'm going to track the round count to continue to report back to you guys to see how this pistol holds up. And so hang in there with me. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com.